conversation will rule the nation on face-to-face basis when we blast off. It's real on the dance floor, on the turf of the court. Yeah, we here for the sport, so take your mask off so I can hear your ass talk. Let me hear you explain. Hold the thoughts on your brain. Is your ass smart? Spit facts and real talk. I need that shit from the street that make you think real deep and take a long walk. This podcast is hella lit with my man JD Vince and Skizzo Blizzard.
You know what it is, family. Hope y'all ready and listening, man. We're gonna go ahead on and let y'all hear, you know, one of the best artists out of Boston, Mass.
Say it again, bro.
One of the best artists out of Boston, Mass.
One more time.
Ben,
One of
the best artists out of Boston.
There we go.
Not the news. Like, if y'all are new to this, then
Let
y'all...
this breathe, though. Let this breathe.
Y'all are new to a whole lot of stuff.
You don't understand what I'm saying.
I feel like meth and red when I'm listening to this one right here.
We should all feel like meth and red.
Nigga, do you hear what you saying?
Oh yeah, I had. I've been bumping it. You know what's so crazy? This album right here, right? Mike Bivens picked the order for the first 9 songs. He put the order right there.
Hundreds niggas strong and we all strapped. Extend on the knee to get you all clapped. I'm all about the hustle, gotta blame pops. First you hear the thunder, dog, then you feel the raindrops. I see the fear in your eyes, you ain't with the shit. I seen a lot of niggas die out here switching dishes. Everyone's a rebel to that metal blow. Out here talking beef, but it's levels though. It's only at the top, I'm just looking down. And I don't need a crown to say I'm down.
Give me all the samples, man.
Give it to him.
Y'all gotta understand, man.
End of an era.
I don't think it's the end.
Y'all gotta understand, man.
You know what's so crazy, right? I made enough songs for 2 albums. So I was gonna drop End of an Era Part 2 because I made so many records.
So that's an out? That was one of my...
So I dropped this part, and I'm thinking about dropping the next part because I got so many songs.
That's the end of an era. You don't start with
That's
part
the
1.
end of an era right there.
Part 2 is the end of the era. The
next part.
You owe. I think you owe that part too. Like you can't say that and do it.
Here we go.
But we vibing right now, man. I'm sorry, I know y'all want to hear the interview, but this is good music, man. In the era, you ain't gonna hear it no more. So y'all gotta listen. This dude serious, man.
You see that album cover right there? With Blaze in there? You gotta be an OG to know about Blaze, man. Niggas don't know about that. Niggas don't know about Blaze, bro.
They gotta go to, niggas go on their proms, Blaze, man, shit.
You know what? I know some of y'all don't know what's going on. I know we started off.
I got lean in
it. So we gonna do it like this, man. We're sitting here. I know y'all heard the music in the background. Right now, Mask Uncovered Podcast. Subscribe, like the channel, see what we're doing. But this is I'm gonna do a little slight introduction. We're gonna take off from there. We got Mann Terror in the house, man. Boston, Mass, Orchard Park, projects, born and raised, put his foot down, stood tall in that, and anybody that knows. So we're going to go into this, excuse me as I'm reading some stuff. We're going to get into the personal way. I'm going to throw this paper away, but I have to give props. There's too much stuff to go through. And
you won't not let me get one because you going to do the bio. So nigga, shit, my man, shit,
yeah.
Gonna cut out my intro.
No, this just the bio. This just the bio.
Over 30 years, it won't happen.
Nah, this just the bio. So right now, he was, started off the youngest member of the group of Wise Guys, which the album was In the Company of Killers, dropped in 1996. his song along with 1MP, my man Kev Thurston. Shout out to
Kev,
you.
what
man.
up? What up, Kev?
Doubleheader. They built a huge buzz in Boston. Became the unofficial anthem in the Bean.
Unofficial?
Everybody.
That was a mistake. Unofficial?
Yeah, well, I mean, like, you know, we all felt that way.
Mistype?
You know what it is? If we would have shot a video for that one, man,
It would have been official.
It would have been official.
Also, Terror, you know what I mean? He had features on the Made Man, the classics, linked the limited edition album. Then he did the joint with the Hangman 3, the No Skits album. He was also featured in a few motion picture soundtracks. He also made a name in the industry doing songs with Nas, Mobb Deep, The Outlaws, and OP's very own Bobby Brown. Yeah, I mean, check for that, man. Y'all gotta Google this. He also goes writer for like mad artists in the industry, so that's on the paper on the low. So we'll talk about that another day.
On the high?
Yeah. But, you know, being the boss that he is, Terror dropped 3 mixtapes with Chubby Chub. Everybody know Chubby Chub. 3 mixtapes with him. Dropped another one with dropped another one with DJ Roy Barboza, another mixtape.
I was with Watt when I first heard that. Me and Rick, I swear to God, cause
he also released his first solo album on Solar State Records / Champagne Gang Entertainment. Terror also spends a lot of time, you know what I mean, back in the community, man. He organizes events such as basketball, softball, kickball. All you got to do is be on Facebook and know he's always putting stuff together. Definitely. Football, games. He also, you know, did the backpack school.
I ain't getting no backpacks, though. Let's question that. We're going to talk about it.
You was out of school.
I'm just saying, nigga, it took me a minute to get out of school. It take me a minute. I ain't getting no backpacks, but we'll talk about that later.
JD, he was out of school.
I think he took a class last week.
Yeah, we going. If we don't got time, we gonna go pack with the backpacks. That's the only thing I got the discrepancy on is the backpacks.
We definitely got to finish it out with this, man. His man though, Sean Pitts is his man, dog. Like him and his man Sean Pitts, they brought back the Wise Guy movement to help try to reduce the gang violence in the in the city, man. Try to bring unity back. Last but not least, man, what we've been knocking, man, end of an era. The album he dropped late 2021, I believe it was in November. It's on all platforms, man. Y'all gotta check it out. It's a classic, man. I'm not just bullshitting because it's my man. Not just bullshitting because I grew up with my man. Not just bullshitting because he one of Boston's own, Orchard Park's own, New Edition, Bobby Brown, all of them, man. But like, this is one of those guys that need his props. He need his flowers while he's here. Shout out to Champagne Gang, my man A-Rod, man. Like, the flowers, man. Like, dog, like, this is definitely one of those dudes, man. Pleasure to have you, man.
Come on, man.
Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you, bro.
Come on, baby. Shit, that's 30 years plus, man.
You know
of course. And I've been rocking with this nigga since he was unpopular. Like, me and him come from different sections, and I don't give a fuck who was against what I rock with this nigga forever, man. I don't give a fuck. And nobody can say nothing about it. And he always kept it 100 with me, no matter what we was going through, where we was from. Never fronting on me. So my love is unconditional, man. I'm a fan, I'm a friend, I'm a brother of this dude right here, man. I seen him trailblaze. Damn, literally trailblaze.
Yeah.
From 1MP, Wise Guys. I was there throughout. I took this ride with him. Not every step, obviously, but man, I rooted for him, and he won. Man.
It's different, man, because when your brothers is behind you, it's different. You know what I'm saying? So for Scares and JD, my brothers, man, it's the love is crazy. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do.
Yeah.
This is what we do, man.
And we're going to get into it real fast with these questions. But we're going to start from the beginning because, like I said, I went through the journey with you and I watched you, like I said, as a fan. But I never asked you, like, where did the music start? Like, where did the love of music start for you? Did it start back in the days?
All right, so you got to think about this, right? I lived on the 3rd floor. Nestle Quick lived on the 2nd floor right under me.
DJ Quick.
So I used to hear Nestle Quick bumping through the floor. You know what I'm saying? I used to get down on my floor and listen to Nestle Quick bumping. Making
what age was
his
that?
joint. This is forever. Like, you
5,
know, this
6.
is forever. Yeah, you
Since
know,
you was in that built, right?
forever. So you gotta understand, you know, as Quick was going through, I was right there. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't in his crib, but I was in his crib. You know what I'm saying? Like,
not a project,
so I'm getting the love of this music as him. And I tell you a crazy story. So remember back in the days when we used to sell candy bars in the crib at school? So I took my list, right, and I gave it to my aunt, and I gave it to my other aunt, and I gave it to my mom's, and they took them joints to school. So I'm in middle school, and I get called up. I sold the most candy bars in school, and I won a stereo system. So now I get this big stereo system from school because I sold all these things. I lost my mind now. Right. Got the record, got the tapes, you know what I'm saying? And I'm so used to Quick bumping downstairs. I'm about to bump back. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now
That's
I'm bumping.
big at that time.
Yeah,
at
that time. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I lost my mind right now. So I'm bumping all the music.
Thank God for that stereo system.
Oh my goodness, I got my speakers out the window, so everybody can hear what I'm bumping. I'm bumping.
That's all it took.
EPMD, you got to chill. You know what I'm saying? I'm bumping everything.
Eric B. and Rakim.
You know what I'm saying? Public Enemy. Yeah. Public Enemy was one of my was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like one of my favorite because it was off the hook. You know what I'm saying? And I was intrigued with the beats.
The beats
that was killing me.
Me too.
So it started getting me into writing rhymes. But it was funny because I'm writing rhymes, but I was a little scared at the time, you know, to come out with my rhymes that I'm writing. Right. So 1MP.
Because they was whack.
1MP. No. You might be right. No, you might be right.
You started off.
No, we don't know. We never heard those.
Right.
We never heard those. My crew was like, yo, them shits is dope.
Then that's all you needed.
So that's all I needed. Niggas on the bump rolls was like, yo, Terror's dope.
Yeah.
No,
that was before 1MP?
No, this is before 1MP dropped. Yeah. But then 1MP came out. But 1MP came out and 1MP started popping.
Who's it? Ian Hall, right?
E Hall, 1MP. You know what I'm saying? And what's so crazy is at that time 1MP and E Hall was dropping, we all fucking with each other. Yeah. So, you know, them niggas heard me spit, and them niggas like, yo, Terry, you nice. But I wasn't ready. You know why? Because I was a fucking gangbanger. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was off into the other shit. I wasn't really 100% in the rap, and I wasn't good at hustling. I was in them streets, and, you know, what we talked about, you know, I had other shit going on.
Could have cost you your career, your grip.
But see, this is what's funny, man. God works in mysterious ways. You know, and when they came and swept the hood, I was already in the music. I was out of it. And, you know, I lost the whole crew. You know what I'm saying? I lost the whole crew because of it. Mm-hmm. But this time I stepped away from it and I went heads into the music. And what's so crazy is, man, you know, one thing about music is funny, right? Because you do this shit and you don't know how other people's gonna accept you. So one day I'm at Hop's crib, and you know, at this time, Hops, my nigga, shout out to my nigga Hops.
Free Hops.
I'm at Hop's crib, and his sister was going with the nigga Ray Dog from RSO. So I'm at Hops crib, and you know, me and Hops, nigga, we every day. Yep. So I'm at his crib, and the nigga Ray Dog comes there. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, I'm starting a new group, you know, called the Wise Guys, you know, boom, 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 boom. You know, let me hear something. And I'm fresh out of jail. You know what I'm saying? I just got out of jail. I was doing Nux tapes, you know what I'm saying? And they was doing this group, and they started, and they knew about 1MP. Because 1M was hot at that time. Yeah. But Hops is like, yo, Terror's that nigga. Not only is he ill rapping is really
Yeah,
in the streets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what, yeah.
So I kick it with Ray one day. He's like, yo, spit something. And I spit something. And the nigga came back the next day like, yo, have Terror come up in. He came back with his crew, was like, yo, spit that shit again. And I spit the rhyme, and it was all kind of history from there, bro.
Was the rhyme something that was in a song or just something
It was
that
something
was
I
never
spit
heard
on.
again?
It was something I spit on a Nux tape.
Okay.
Because
The
you gotta
joint with
realize,
the old dirty
Nuts
bastard, the old dirty bastard intro.
you know what? I don't remember. No, you know what?
That was mine.
No, you know what?
You know
Nah, it wasn't that one. It was the joint that I spit off of AZ Sugar Hill.
Sugar Hill joint.
Sugar Hill joint. It was
But
that
dog,
shit,
I remember
bro.
all of that shit.
It was
like
that
dog,
shit
like,
right
yo,
there. So I
used to
spit that
tell
rhyme.
nuts, but
I
either way.
spit that rhyme, and it was crazy. And you know what's funny? I'm gonna tell you what L's story is because, and I tell niggas this all the time because I talk to my little man.
I thought he was getting exclusive. He
Locked
said,
up.
I'm telling all the niggas
No,
all the
no,
time.
no, no.
Oh, yeah, that's what he said.
I'm talking about my little homies that's locked up.
Yeah.
Is I wrote a gang of rhymes while I was locked up. I
And
never
none of them
used
shits-
one of
never
them
used
shits.
one.
I never used one of them shits. I came home and when you in jail, you
Them
thinking
jail
about
rhymes.
jail
Them
shit.
jail
you know?
rhymes.
Yeah.
When you come home, niggas
Yeah,
don't give a
jail,
fuck about
yeah.
that jail shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Like, so I came
All
home.
you do is train you to be better to write rhymes.
So it was dope because at that time, Nux is like, Terror, come fuck with me. And I'm on there doing shit. So the shit that 50 was doing, taking other niggas'
Yeah.
beats and writing
Gee,
rhymes
yeah,
to it and
facts.
doing that shit,
Uh-huh.
I was doing that shit before 50.
Facts.
So he jacked me.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? For my shit.
92,
He stole my shit.
92, 93.
Nigga, shit.
He stole my
What
shit.
What he owe?
93.
He always talk about nigga owe him, so what he
Yeah,
owe?
nigga owe me, yo.
Yo.
50, you owe me some shit, nigga, because he stole my shit, yo.
But so we're not gonna get off track on the journey. So we 1MP, I remember that.
Mhm.
You told me how Radar came, you spit. What was the journey with Wise Guys? Like, I know you toured with that. Like, that was a big experience in your life.
That was the biggest.
Going out of
Well,
world tours.
well,
I mean, you was out of this.
That was
Even with that, right? When did you feel Ray Dog was for real with it? Like, so like you said, you out the pen, you rhyming. So before you go on tour, it's an in between. You out the pen, you did some J Knox mixtapes. When did you even get to on tour? What the fuck? What happened in between there?
So you gotta realize, I came home from jail,
What year?
and that was 96. 1996, I came home from jail.
How many years you said?
January 10th, 1996, I came home from jail. I went to jail, did my time, you know, and
What was your time? 5 years, 10 years?
No, I
20
just
years?
did a year
What?
for a
Okay.
gun charge. So
Okay.
back then,
Just
gun
so the
charge
people
was
know.
a mandatory year.
1 year. Gotcha.
So I came, I caught my gun charge. I came home, and you know, I went back to the streets because that's what we know. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
And so inside of that, that's when Ray came, and you gotta understand this, JD, man. You know, it's 'cause music saved my life, and what I mean
Let
by
these
that,
people know.
what
Let them
I
know.
mean by the music saved my life is because I went to that side. Because let me explain something to you. I wasn't just in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ran this shit. You know what I'm saying? I was
Right.
really in this shit. So when you think of Bump Roads,
We
that
think
was
it's-
my shit.
we
You know
know.
what I'm
We know
saying?
that.
Like,
We know that.
so not only is I'm a member of the Bump Roads, I'm really out here getting it in. You know what I'm
Founder.
saying? Like,
Founder.
yeah. So I am fucking, you know, really wilding. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm really wilding. You know what I'm saying? I went from wilding in the streets, not only beefing with other niggas, I'm beefing with the other side of my projects.
But do
know
you
what
see
I'm
why I
saying?
had you rewind it? You
Yeah.
see why I didn't let you
Yeah.
go right to it?
Yeah.
Because it's a part that I know your story.
Yeah.
They don't know your
They
story.
don't know.
Let them know
Exactly.
your story. Like, okay, so you're moving a certain way. You have a certain respect. But like, again, I'm glad
So-
that you brought up. Because
Yeah.
you have the bumpy road side.
Yeah.
Didn't fuck with the Deli Park side.
Exactly.
And we're still-
What we did,
The park
but
side.
it was so
but-
many. It was in a certain way. You know what I'm saying?
Whenever we all went out, It was always up.
Yeah.
But
well, you know, you
But
gotta
when it
always
came
remember.
back to the-
So
right.
people on the outside don't know
don't know
what we
that.
went through.
Right. Facts.
And
Girls,
that's
beef,
not they
inferno.
not that yeah, that's
They don't
not
need to know
their
that.
business.
They-
That's not their
it's not their
business.
business.
To
I'm with
know
you.
that what we went through as a
Facts,
project.
facts. We stood
but at
strong.
the same
We stood
time,
strong.
we went
Facts.
through shit.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's so we
Yeah.
went through
OP.
shit as all Bunk Rose Parkside.
Yeah.
We went through shit with
Up the hill.
Yep.
Yep.
Know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and this is so crazy that we all sit together as brothers because of the shit that we went through. You know what I'm saying? Went through. And so for me, the journey was crazy because I went from that, what everybody knows me as, to this music shit. And my life changed like this
Seen it.
because people outside of that shit was like, yo, this nigga can rap. And my whole thing was, I wasn't a rapper. I was a nigga that could rap. I was a hood nigga that could rap. But I wasn't a rap nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I identify with that so much.
And when
You know
did
why?
you?
2 seconds, and then go right to
Don't
that.
put that hand in my
Know why I
face.
said this? Because I say this. Yo, ball players. I know Kev G, Teddy Barnes. I know ball players. What I always say is that I'm not a ball player. I just was a person that could play basketball. So exactly what you just said is what I always say. Reese won.
yeah.
Yo, I'm not a ball player. I just was a cat that could play basketball. These
Don't
cats.
forget, I bust y'all ass in basketball too.
Oh, I mean,
Don't start with this. That'd be another.
All right.
Let's not forget.
I'm riding with you,
Bust y'all
though.
niggas
Hold
ass.
Hold on.
I was with
No,
you.
no. Listen, hold on. That Slice League, we won that.
Y'all won one year.
That 1 year. But I hit the game winner. I hit the game
But
winner.
I won the whole 3 before that. You know what I'm
Probably
saying?
more than
so
likely. I ain't gonna lie.
So
Y'all
Slice League, I won one.
you
Definitely.
won one.
Definitely.
No,
I hit
you
the
won
game
one.
winner.
No, I'm
Yeah.
here to vouch
He
for
definitely,
you.
he
You
definitely
won that.
But I ain't gonna lie.
Y'all beat us in that finals.
Yeah.
But I won the 3 before that.
He definitely, I ain't gonna
You know
deny
what I'm saying?
that.
So what I'm gonna say, and I won the 3 after that.
I ain't gonna deny that either. I got
But
one.
what
And the
I'm
reason
saying-
why Bobby is so important, I hit the game with him. Yo, the ball
No,
in
he
the
did.
bounds. And I told Slice, I said, you
never
put
remember
3
that.
seconds on the clock? He said, put 3 seconds on the clock. My brother, Ralph, inbounded the ball to me, I had a layup.
So I'm glad you admit that was some bullshit. I'm glad you admit that was some
I should've
bullshit.
shut up.
I know
should've
they're
shut
gonna be
up.
mad at me. That's the league.
I should've shut
I
up.
dunked on Doc M.
Yeah.
That's it.
That is.
Yes.
That
He's
is.
still mad at me.
That is.
Still mad. You called me one day
Yes.
when you was
Yeah.
with him.
Yeah, yo, you dunked on his fucking head. Yo, see, this is a good thing.
Yeah.
So,
Fact. I'm sorry, we got out of
but
character, y'all.
when we went on track is, I gave them niggas the
Yeah.
work. Know what I'm saying? Like, but anyway, so I came home from jail and I went back, back to the streets, and we was wilding. But then the music crossed over. And one thing you don't know about music is this. You don't know how other people are gonna feel about your music. You know your hood fucks with you. Your hood's gonna be like, yo, that nigga's dope.
Yeah.
Or your
When you
man
hear
gonna tell you
when
that.
you hear some other niggas say that, it's
Right.
crazy. Now
Right.
I sit down with, the nigga Zeno from the legendary RSO, nigga Ray Dog, because he
Shout
ain't
out
Zeno
Ray
at
Dog.
this time. He's
Yeah,
Ray Dog,
yeah,
nigga.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm
Shout out
saying?
Zeno.
And he's like, yo, you're dope. And then he brings his team, and them niggas like, yo, you dope. It gets crazy. You know what I'm saying? So now, them niggas want 1M. But Hops spoke up for me. It was like, yo, Terror's that nigga right now.
I never knew that. Shout out
So
to Hop.
Hops spoke up for me. Hops is like, yo, what y'all niggas is doing, that's dope. You want 1M. But Terror's the nigga from the projects.
And this is my opinion on why your music and your flow evolved. Like 1MP was dope, but 1MP's music was for a different era. I think you evolved.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
your shit was nigga that flow, that what was going on.
No,
Yeah,
but
was
back
that
then,
time.
but
That
no,
was
but
that
back
time.
then, no,
Right.
but back then, I mean, 1MP had a.
Talk about it.
No, I'm saying,
He's
speaking on 1MP,
Right. He's a legend.
we know why they were looking at 1MP.
Well, One and P
That's
was
not-
dope. One and P
That's-
was
Dope,
yeah,
dope.
nah,
Facts,
and I ain't like,
facts.
if
One
you,
and P
if
was
you look
dope.
at One and P, I didn't say that.
No, no,
wasn't
no,
dope.
no, no.
One
I
and
didn't say
P
he wasn't.
is One and P is to me like he is he started a style, but I took that style and I brought it over here.
That's exactly what I said.
You know what I'm saying? So One MP brought it right here. I brought it right here. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
But
And
see,
Right.
I disagree with that. What I really feel, no bullshit. I done listened. I went back and listened to everything because I knew we was coming here tonight. I listened to One P and I was like, yo, One P is right here with his style.
Yep.
And I thought that your styles was different
Yeah.
but worked well together. It was almost like it was a guard in the center. So I don't think that let me phrase it this way. Do you think that y'all both had guard skills and you had better guard skills? The way I looked at it was
no.
one was a guard skill, one was a center skill.
So I'm gonna say this, and not to ever take anything away from One MP,
Nothing at all.
but I was able to adapt to different styles. So my whole thing was when One M wasn't. See, you look at our careers and see where One M went after what we did. So what I'm gonna say this, One M, I was able to cross over to One M style and make his style better because of how I moved, and so One M was stuck in a space, and I took the space and I made it bigger.
But see, I think y'all missing my point. I think that One M had a style. Nice, great, he had a style. I don't think it was guard for guard style. I think that it was you had a different style and your style was just better. Like it's almost like how
We don't got to get into the better shit.
No.
Let's get into
better.
Not better. Not better. I'm sorry.
When Terror came
Before you
in,
go, I don't want to say better, and then you could go because I
I
don't want to disrespect. I don't want to disrespect.
No disrespect. But I won't say better. But I think One M was a time, and I came from that different time. I was able to take so just think about the song Doubleheader, right?
Yes.
So we talk about the song Doubleheader that took us out of there, right? Mm-hmm. And so you think about Doubleheader and you say this about Doubleheader. Me and One M wrote this song, right?
Yeah.
And One M, I wrote this hook for Doubleheader. So before we go to the studio, like 15 minutes before we head into the studio, I changed the hook. I say One M, I'm not going to use the hook we used.
it was a different hook than the original.
It was a different hook.
Yeah.
And I switched the whole hook. And I come up with the Doubleheader hook.
And that brings me into saying, One and P was that man, but the era that was going on, if you listen to Terror's rhyme, it is what's going on. Like what Terror's talking about now is what it is now. One and P's era was, complicated. One and P's rap was he making you think and all that.
Yeah,
Not
right.
saying Terror ain't make you think, but
Right.
Terror's make you think, and the flow is going on, and what's popping now in the hood is what Terror's talking about, and all the chicks and the money and the banging is what's going on now. Yes. Not what One and P is saying is not going on anymore.
Exactly.
And
it was a different time.
A new era, not an end of era. That's why.
Exactly. At that time, it was the new era.
Right.
And
you embrace that.
And so it was funny, right? Because not only was, I took the rhyme to a different level. So, and this is what I mean is, One M took it here, and I took it here.
That's all.
You know what I'm saying?
That's all we're saying.
And that's what we did. That was the dope part about it. Because not only could I rap street, I put the punchlines, I put the other shit. And, One M kept a complicated rap style. So you had to listen to his shit 10 times before you figured out what he was talking about.
Exactly what I meant.
And at that time, the rap was changing. People didn't want to listen 10 times to hear the rap, what you was talking about. They wanted you to simplify that shit.
Exactly what I meant. And to get into some of the questions, because I know you all want to hear a lot of questions, but we vibing, we kicking it, because this is real family shit. Like we get into shit we didn't know, and I'm learning shit now. But back to the questions was with Benzino. When you met Benzino, he was already in RSO and the Source magazine. What did you learn? Did you take anything from him and learn anything from him that you use now? Like, was he
Definitely.
influential?
So for Zeno, it was so dope because Zeno taught me to rap outside of the box. So when I met Zeno, it was all hood shit.
Right.
That's all I rapped about because that's all I lived was the hood shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And he taught me, like, Terror, you gotta step outside your box. You gotta rap about the chicks. You gotta rap about this shit. You gotta rap about this other shit. Being fly. Because you got think about this, Skiz. When I met these niggas, I didn't care about being fly. I was a Project Hood nigga.
Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck. Yeah, I didn't give a fuck about none of that
Fly had
other
nothing
shit.
to do with
I
nothing.
had like
Nigga, our fly was Alpha Megas, nigga, and that, you know what I'm saying, up the street.
Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck about
Fake
nothing
ass
else.
Adidas,
Yeah, you know what I'm
Adidas,
saying? I didn't
yeah,
give
yeah.
a fuck about nothing else. So he taught me that fly shit
right.
and brought me around that fly shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember me and Zeno's first argument. We did WG for life.
Yeah.
And I was, doing my shit. And, at this time, I'm already heading, into that space. And I'm writing rhymes for him. So he's telling me how to write my rhymes. And I'm like, nigga, I write your rhymes. The fuck are you telling me how to write my rhymes?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But one thing I can say about Zeno, and no matter what anybody else say to him, the nigga has a vision, and he was dope, and he taught me to get outside of my box and do other shit. So when you listen to an album like End of an Era, and you see me with a song from Kalina from Dirty Money,
That's where I
go
was
to
going.
a hood nigga
That's where I was
song
going.
like you know what I'm
Evolve,
saying?
evolve.
Yeah.
I bring
Yeah.
Giddy on a song,
Yeah.
or you know what I'm saying, Also the God and street
Yeah.
niggas like that. Or I go to a song like No, where I'm talking about street shit, but not on a different level.
Yeah.
That shit comes from Benzino.
That's good.
That's
That's exactly
the
where I was
question.
gonna go.
The answer I was looking for.
Yeah, 'cause
Right.
no bullshit. I had those same types. And then, like, even adding on to a song like Love. Like, why was it important for you to do that particular song? Like,
Well,
you shout out a lot of your friends. And
Yeah. Well,
you grew up with.
Love, and I, to be honest, is so at the point where I'm at in my life, right, is I let the music dictate. So T. Lopes made that beat for me, and he sent me that song. And
And tell people who T-Lo
You've
is.
been rocking with him for a
Shout out
minute,
to
right?
T.
Shout out
Lopes.
T-Lo.
Shout out T-Lo.
Where is he from? What
So,
is
T. Lopes from Four Corners. He's
Okay.
from the home of Benzino.
he? Okay.
You know what I'm
Just
saying?
The
And
people
he's an
watching
OG.
need to know.
You gotta remember, T. Lopes is from the Funk Effects.
Let them know
Pop
that.
Lock, you
Let
know what
them
I'm
know
saying?
that.
And now he's making fucking beats. And he sends me this beat because you gotta think, on my album, T. Lopes did mad songs on my album. He probably did about 8 joints on the album.
On this album.
On this album,
Okay.
End of an Era. So T. Lopes sends me this song, and automatically my thought process goes boom, because that's how I make my records, off of the beats. Like I don't worry about writing. I let the beat tell me what I'm going to write. You know what I'm saying? So I hear Love, and it's like, love, and I'm like, boom. Okay, I'm going to use this shit to represent my family and my peoples. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I write this joint, and it means everything to me. The shit means everything to me. It's like it's really a personal song in my heart. So I write the song, and I got the song done. Then I call up Ray Royale, and I say, Ray, I need you to come in here for the song, because I got this joint, but it needs the singing on it. So the singing came later. The song was already done.
Right.
But he brought the soul to the song that was already in my head. But, everything that I'm saying in here is from the heart.
cool.
Honestly,
if you hear
but I'll tell y'all is that I actually broke down crying listening to the song because when I say this about my babies and my kids at the beginning of the song, you know, it's because I didn't have great relationships with all of my kids. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and this song right here was just me bringing all my shit that I felt in my heart to this song. This was the love right here.
Let's
That's
give
real.
that. Let's
That's-
give
that's
that
real,
a pause
cuz.
for 2 seconds. Let people understand what you're saying. Let's let them hear a little bit of this, because that was so impactful. Let's let these people hear what we have. Y'all need to download
Piece
it
of
and
trouble.
Google.
You know I heard that.
Y'all need to Google, download it, Spotify, all platforms. But
This
he's
shit real.
pouring
This
out his
interview
soul.
real.
We're
This
gonna,
is not an interview.
yeah, we're gonna give it a few seconds.
Olivia, little O, and Maria. For all my shortcomings, I truly mean it. I'm sorry. Down my heart, even after the Almighty decided to call me. So much love for all that you did through good and bad. It's love behind these tears, and rest in peace to my dad. I love you, Renee Hastings. You really changed up my life. The day you said yes when I asked you to be my wife. Love for my brothers, no matter we to the end. So proud to watch out for babies growing to grown men. Love for my sisters, I'm here for y'all, believe me. A phone call away, just hit me if you ever need me. See that love for my grandmothers, there's none other. Gone but not forgotten, y'all really spoiled me rotten. Straight love for Orchard Park, it raised me to be a king. For my homies that dream with me and push me to do my thing. Love for my uncles, they taught me to be a man. My aunts taught me to never give up or say I can't. Love for my cousins, damn, it's so many. Give y'all the shirt off my back, down to my last penny. Love for all my dogs that put their life on the line. Trailblazing nigga, ain't nothing fucking with mine. It's that unconditional love, not that fake shit. It's that love my peeps forever, never that snake shit.
Yo, I had to pause it there, man.
This is an interview that is infinite. If you know what that means, it's got to be a part 2 or part 3 because our podcast is growing, and this man is you're gonna see this man's face a lot, man, because our support is equal, man. We support whatever he do, and he support us, and it's not a place we can rent that can get us enough hours to go through what we going through with this dude right here, because it's kind of emotional and it's true love, like right here, it's real fam, and if people don't understand it, man, shit, I can't tell you how to feel.
What people have to try. I know it's difficult. We're gonna get there at some point, but when some individuals try to put a podcast together, they just want to get somebody that's hot, somebody that's gonna pop, somebody that's gonna set their hair on fire, whatever. This is the opposite of what we're doing. We're homegrown. We're gonna build it from the ground up. We're gonna get one view at a time. We don't give a fuck. It's about family, friends. We are gonna promote what we feel is true. If you understand this whole time being around my man Terror, he's an official, original, no fakeness about him.
From the music to the streets.
From everything. Like this is, and if you doubt it, just reach out. We on all platforms. Ask anybody. But more importantly, man, we just want to say thank you for coming out, being a part of the show, man.
I appreciate y'all,
you,
man,
bro,
for having
man.
you. Know,
R.I.P. Blaze. You know what I'm saying? Trub, man.
You know what I'm
it's
saying? Like, man,
some
all
fallen
our-
soldiers,
all
man.
our-
Some
all
fallen
our
soldiers,
soldiers,
man.
man.
Lou, some up our spot too. So that's a lot of fallen soldiers, man.
Man, listen, man,
West.
we realize that, you know what I'm saying, that is the most important thing, man. People that we lost. I think, you know, it's funny because we went from the streets to family, man. Look at us,
That's
bro.
way more important.
We family, man. We realized what was important. You know
But
what
we
I'm saying?
made it, and that's a lot of luck.
But that's why
ain't no skill to where we made it at. It's a lot of luck.
But that's
we
why
easily
another
could have been in
podcast is always needed, because we're just speaking tonight. This was just an introduction. There's a lot of people that don't know of them that should know of them, and this is the beginning.
in this city, if you don't know them,
Yeah,
Sleep,
but this
you've
is
been under a rock, you
Well,
slept.
this is obviously this ain't a city podcast. This is a mass. But I
Right,
agree with you.
Cuzzo. Right,
Definitely citywide. Everybody know Mann Terror. Worldwide, listen. All my people's tuning in from Connecticut, Jersey, Atlanta. Just was in
Atlanta.
San
What's
Antonio,
up, Chad, Atlanta?
Houston.
BMF,
all
we
Yo,
got
listen, before we go, I'll tell you the illest story. I always knew that I was doing things and I was, kind of special in this music industry. The time I knew that it was really big, I'm in the studio with Teddy Riley. Now I look up to Teddy Riley. Guy was one of my favorite groups. It was crazy. So I'm in the studio with Teddy Riley, and Ted was talking to us about his problems at the time. They was going through a beef with Blackstreet,
Yeah.
his group. So he was telling me all this stuff, and he was doing a song with Made Men, and I just kind of took everything in that he said, and I wrote a rhyme, and this is the first time I ever ghostwritten out for anybody, and I was like, Ted told me his story. He told me how he failed. We sat in there. I took it all in. I wrote it. I wrote this rhyme, and at the end of the situation, Ted comes in, and I said, "Yo, Ted, listen to this." I spit a rhyme. I spit the rhyme that I wrote for him.
Yeah.
He just walks out the room. So I'm like, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody in the room's looking like Zeno, Twice Down, all these niggas in there, no night, looking at me like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And then Ted comes back in the room, and he got a tape recorder. He says, yo, say that shit in this.
The same rhyme.
The same rhyme that I spit for him.
Yeah.
So I say the rhyme in this, in the little handheld tape recorder. I come back the next day, and he spit in my verse.
Teddy Riley.
And I knew I went to a different level.
Of
You know what
course.
I'm saying? Of music. I said, yo, my favorite fucking producer, motherfucker that written songs that, my prerogative.
Right. Mad
songs
shit,
that keep sweat.
Yeah,
and
keeps
shit
all
that we
them.
listen to
Yeah.
is saying my words.
That's incredible.
It's fucking.
Yo.
That's how we end the podcast.
I-
That's how we end the podcast right
Listen,
there.
bro.
Yo, family,
Hey.
I hope y'all understand that we hate to be in a position like this. But we love to be in a position like this because
Part
this
two
is just
coming.
right. This is just see what we're dealing with, see what we go through, and see who we are. There's more to come. This is just the beginning.
Yes.
Please stay tuned. Please continue
Hey,
to
hey, McNeasy, Cuzzo, man, what's up with you? Answer some phone calls, McNeasy.
Yo,
My
Neezy.
Cuzzo, Mike McNeasy.
Yo,
Come on,
Neezy.
cuz.
Oh, they don't know we just made a new joint, and we just did the Wise Guys documentary. I'm
That's
filming
coming
that
out soon.
So that's
Yeah.
coming out soon. So we gotta, part 2,
He'll be here.
part 3, part 4, part 5. We back because
You
we got so
definitely-
much shit to talk about.
Definitely see him here, Mike
Yo,
McNeasy. That's family.
listen.
He has to be here.
Hey, y'all
If you're
see
looking
what
at
it
it.
is, man. This Mask Uncovered podcast, man. Stay tuned, man. Love y'all, man. Peace.